I'm not going anywhere.
Yay! Hooray! Oh, my microphone is all the way over here, and now it's all the way over here. And you all know what that means.
No.
Well, I went extra streamer mode today by wearing this cap and the headset on top of my cap, and I'm also using my microphone extended even though I'm not using it, so I'll put it back up.
If you have a cap and you have something on the cap, it just means you are cold on head. That means you are bald, Artrix.
Well, yeah, I'm not disputing that fact. So yeah, I'm so bald that I'm wearing a cap, even though I'm not actually that bald. But for the sake of the joke, yes, I'm incredibly bald. I'm like Tycho from Penny Arcade, and I'll just go, "Why am I so bald?"
Yes.
Michael Chiklis and Bruce Willis called. They're suing you for infringing upon their looks.
Well, then I'll sue them for infringing on my image before I even had that image.
Infringement.
I have
This is a private infringement.
Yeah, look. It's like Minority Report. I'll send them to future court, where they determined that they
pre-crimed.
Yeah, they pre-crimed. They decided to go bald before I were to go bald, and then claimed copyright on the baldness. And yeah, I believe that would be a copyright infringement, because that was my original idea. It was written in my DNA, for fuck's sake. And my mommy and daddy loved each other very much.
Look, the copyright belongs to whoever wrote your DNA.
Well, that would be my mother, because I pretty much inherited my baldness from my grandfathers. Actually, I inherited from both. Both my grandfathers are bald. So it isn't just my mother. It's both parents.
Not just your mother is bald.
Except for my dad. He's, well, quite older.
He's not your mother, indeed.
Yeah, he's in fact not my mother. But he isn't bald. He is super gray. Like, he doesn't have a single colored hair on his scalp.
Gray
but
is a color,
he's got a lot of hair. Certainly a lot more than I do. But both my brother and I are balding quite badly. So, yeah, only a matter of time.
Going on the street and suddenly there's, that kind of bush that's running around like in Westerns, but it's made of his hair.
Hmm?
Did we start or?
Yeah, we already started, and we started with this. We started on this big.
Nobody actually knows.
We started on this big tangent about why am I so bald?
Well, the best way to start is to never stop.
That's beautiful.
Also, that's probably gonna be the episode of the episode. Why am I so bald?
The episode of this episode.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also, well, since we're already 3 minutes in. This is Radio Rothingham, the world's least professional podcast on the entire Paladins, because I am drawing Ying from said Paladins.
Why
I don't
would
think
you do that, Artrix?
because he's probably one of the worst healers, unless you know what the fuck you're doing. Then she can actually.
No, she's just one of the first healers, period.
That too, and she's essentially the tracer of Paladins. So they basically.
She's not.
Yeah, she is, in the sense that
She's not.
they slap her on every promotional material ever, just like Tracer.
Okay.
So I'm not comparing
That's
them.
better.
Yes,
But I would prefer if you drew Fernando.
I'm not sure. Look, that's a very tall request right there. Okay.
I know. Fernando is very tall.
I'm not sure if I could handle his physique.
You probably wouldn't. The synthetic would catch on fire. Fernando is just too hot.
Yes, exactly. It's like trying to copy banknotes with your printer. I think the Cintiq is like physically unable to draw Fernando.
In any case, the game is shit now. They made some changes, and it basically is like, I don't know, I got the feeling like it was made by Blizzard.
So what are the changes? That
They
you're
went
referring-
like 3000% greedy. Free-to-play players don't have, like, there's no chance you can get a special skin now.
I noticed because I recently started to play
Yes,
Paladins.
but now they have events, which in a normal speech of normal people means give money.
Well, yeah,
That's the event. The event
so-
is that you open your wallet, extract some money from it, and send it to their address.
So
That's it. That's
not
the event.
because what I noticed, for instance, if I really wanted to have that Leanne skin, her goddess skin, which is a pretty damn cool skin. I have
Okay,
to,
I do have the goddess skin. I don't even know how you can get it now.
yeah, the only way to get it is to outright buy it.
I got it from that one time when there was an extreme inflation of VIP points, so I just bought like 10 skins.
but,
Yeah,
but
but now we have these events. It's like, oh my god, these skins are here.
Buy
Once,
them
and
now.
then they will be forever gone. And if you buy 3, you got a 4th for free. And it's like 400 crystals for one, and you have to buy into the event sometimes. And
so
it's like
in
basically just $20 every 3 months. What the fuck?
so somehow Paladins has managed to make the whole skin ordeal even shittier than Overwatch's. Because for
in Overwatch, they at least return every year.
that,
like-
there's that, and if you really wanted to have a skin and don't want to fork money over for it, which is basically what you have to do anyway, because with all
You can just grind gold for 3 days and.
yeah, it's not that hard to get 3,000 credits. Recently I saw a YouTuber that basically made arguments that the skins are even too cheap. There's like almost no real challenge to getting these skins.
But yeah, in any case, Paladins went from
just mean-
accessibility of skins to give money. Because, before you could at least pretend that by logging in you get like 200 crystals each month. And you could be like, yes, I'm going to save this up for the skins I want. But no, now there's a battle pass which costs 600 crystals to enter.
Yeah.
So whatever you save up, assuming you want all the skins, you have to spend on battle pass to get those few really ugly and shitty skins.
Yeah, I don't think there's
So-
any other way to get them. The only way to get these
You-
rewards is to
you
have
now
battle
have-
pass.
You now have no more. Oh no, there are the battle pass skins which are usually suck, and then you have the skins that are only for crystals, like in chests and shit. But now with battle pass, you spend the crystals on battle pass, and then you have no crystals on the skins because you can't save up anything in a reasonable manner. And
Mm.
then they are like, this is an event. Do 3 quests. It's just do 100 damage, 100,000 damage, and then stand on the objective for 3 minutes, and now give money.
Which
Like-
doesn't sound like fun.
Yes, people were very happy that they were like that one time last year where Battlefront was like, yes, you can level up characters for money. Give money, you get levels. Then everybody's like, this is shitty. No, fuck off. And
It's like
then,
that one SpongeBob
and
meme.
then a month after that, guess what Paladins did? They introduced a new system of cards, and you could buy the chests that the cards were from. So, also the grind was absolutely fantastic. It was like 500 cards to get everything to level 10. So, unless you bought it, you had no chance of getting to level 10 on those cards. And people were like, no, this is very shitty. And it was like, why the fuck
keeps
would you
getting
do
worse,
this
doesn't
change
it?
after Battlefront just got fucked for doing the same thing? Well, they said like, oh, oops, that was a mistake. We know you are very angry. We are now pulling over a person from Smite to make this right. And then they rolled it back after 2 months. Oh, the new person from Smite was hailed as a savior and person who actually made things right, which he did for about patch and a half, because then the quote-unquote events and battle pass started. And it's like, no, this is just the same, this is exactly the same thing as there was with the cards, except it's for skins. But free-to-play doesn't have any sense here. Like you know, customization is a integral part of the game. The case for that was made in many instances. So that the argument, it's just skins, it doesn't influence the play game. No, that's not valid, because you want to be different. You want people to see that you are different. So you, quote unquote, need skins for this. So you can't get that in Paladins by just free to play, unfortunately, anymore.
I mean,
Somehow-
that would have been fine if you can just get the skins by just playing the game. But
Yeah, if the system stayed like it was before, then it would be nice. But if you get events where you have to pay to get a skin, and it's limited, that's not the way to go. Either you have limited skins, or you have pay only skins, not at the same time.
So yeah, personally, I can't really say that I'm at all interested in any of the skins in Paladins, exactly because it's like, look, I bought like the what is it, Champions pack. Was like, okay, you know what?
Yes.
I just
I did Artrix. I did that in celebration of that terrible card system going away, and then they did death. Just a patch after that.
because
The game industry keeps doing this bullshit, and you know what I go? It's like that one SpongeBob meme. How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man?
Well, in this case, they are partially protected by the community, because, you know, it was a terrible gameplay thing. They got rid of it, and now everything's hunky-dory, because the evil gameplay thing is, but they don't see that same thing now applies to skins. And if you remove the sense of individuality from your playing experience, my god, I used the word experience in legit manner. Wow. If you take that individuality away, why would you play the game anymore?
to be fair, whenever I play, it's just you know, to see how good I do. I don't really care all that much about.
No, because you are a fucking casual, but I mean, people are actually invested into it. And here lies the trap, because if you are invested, yes, I said trap, I know. If you are invested into the game, then you are more likely to pay. I mean, I would, if I was like, yes, but I started to, you know, the moment I actually buy something, they immediately fuck the game up. So, yeah.
I mean, I got the Champions pack because I just want to play all the heroes. I don't want to go through the whole process of just
Wow.
grinding
Okay.
just to be able to.
That's also a thing. I already had them unlocked because I actually played it.
Oh.
It was about some extra skins. Also, it meant that you get every new stuff unlocked.
Yeah.
Which
So-
in my case wasn't that necessary, because I ended up with like 4 million gold after all was said and done with inflation. But still,
You know, it's the thought that counts.
indeed. And the thought is that immediately after I bought it, they fucked the game up. So I'm like, yes, I don't think I'm buying anything now.
Nope.
And then there was the event. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna spend all my crystals on this shit. The skins are ugly. I don't like them, but for completion's sake.
Or the fact that
And 3 weeks later, Artrix, there was a new event where you paid.
wasn't that the one with the America fuck yeah skin for Can? Or Khan?
No,
Was
that's just seasonal chests that you buy.
Oh, okay.
That's not even an event. No, there was an event which was, there's a new map, and it's about this monk guy who ascended into heavens, and now he's back, and Leon wants to capture him, to work for her and everything. And the event map was just 2 teams against each other, and there was Khan throwing Victor off the hill, but they are on the same side, so that didn't really make sense.
Why does this, like, when is the game industry going to learn as a whole that...
Yeah, Alex, so I didn't actually answer your question. The event was, the second one, was the one with Furia, which map was jumping up a tower,
Yeah.
and then you killed the enemy team. That was, frankly, I'd say it was embarrassing.
Yeah, I've seen some footage on the YouTubes, and it was like, that doesn't look like fun.
It was fun the first time.
I mean, Furia is fun to play, but the event sounds boring.
Just like, look at this. The event is that you pay. The map is just like, yeah, this is basically a skin on the event. the core mechanics of the event, which is you paying, they are there still.
No, but really, the amount of skins you can get in Paladins just by playing. I mean, like you said, you got 4 million gold or something like that. So
Yes.
what can you effectively buy with
But
that?
they removed all the skins that cost gold.
Exactly.
Because, you know, Artrix, that's... I love how high-res listens to the community. So people were like, you know, you just introduced new skins and they are just recolored. When are we going to get real skins? With, you know, new models and shit. And then high-res was like, we are putting all the recolors on sale, yay! So everybody bought them, right? Because they cost half the crystals or whatever. And then 2 weeks later they were like, we are removing the recolors. Like completely, you don't even keep them.
Oh, okay, that really
They
sucks.
just arbitrarily chose one and they kept that one, and the rest was forever lost, and you didn't even get refunded. I think in gold you got refunded in gold even if you bought it for crystals, which, you know, is not very ideal and it pissed a lot of people off. But apparently, from the ones who have been warned in the times of past, by that I mean people who played Smite, this is exactly how Smite's model is. You just grind for 3 months to get enough of the special green gems, I don't know what they are, and you can buy like half a spin for that. So yes, do not at all. This is even worse than Hearthstone.
I once watched gameplay footage of Hearthstone, and it really makes me wonder, how is this fun? Like, isn't it more fun to just, you know, play with physical cards? That looks like exactly the kind of thing you would not play as a video game.
It's like, what's next? Doing your taxes is in a video game form?
Oh, I'm pretty sure that Super Mario Tax Return already exists.
Hearthstone is one of those games where the major fun comes on the side of the developers because you give them money.
Yeah.
I mean, I had quite a okay library, but then they started releasing a new expansion every 3 months, and it's like, why?
It certainly sounds like the kind of game that's primarily designed just to milk you out of your money, because you just have to keep buying cards and shit to just stay. Though to be fair, this is speaking as someone who never played the game. Maybe there's lots of ways to actually be good without resorting to buying.
Well, I mean,
you can
grind the decks, obviously.
Oh, so you can get shit for free.
Yes, you do terribly long daily quests, and you also get 10 gold every 3 wins, but only 100 gold a day.
So
100 gold, by the way, is the cost of a deck.
Okay.
And then you have dailies of 50 gold, 100 gold, 30 gold, and a daily that gives you basic deck, I think, or some shit like that. Or maybe they changed it to expansion, who even knows. Point is, I was starting to lose steam the moment they started releasing a new expansion every 3 months. You know, and then they were like, people are still playing the old decks and not buying new cards. So they decided that they're going to make seasons, and only like the last two or three expansions are going to be in normal mode. So basically, a new expansion rolls in, and half your cards are not usable in normal mode anymore.
So let's see.
So now we have to buy the expansion 17 cards. And obviously there is no power creep, right? Except there's massive power creep. If you don't know what power creep is, let's say you have a card that has 3 attack and 2 damage. And then there's expansion, and it's a card that costs the same, has 3 attack, 3 health and 2 damage and whatever. Same stats as the one before. But it also has a special ability on top of that. Or maybe more attack, or maybe both. Maybe it duplicates. Yeah, but there's no power creep, guys. There's no power creep. There was a expansion that was entirely centered about power creep. It had stuff like mobs that buff every other mob on the board on your side at the end of the turn or at the start of the turn or when you cast a spell. I know that was legendary, that's okay. But you know, the other ones, those are normal cards. Alright, no power creep. You can still pit expansions card about any other expansions cards, and it's going to be completely fair and power level. Totally.
Totally. Doesn't
Give
sound...
money.
Just keep.
But why the fuck would you even play it?
That's what I'm wondering too. I mean, with Overwatch, I at least know that, okay, you plop down 40 quid, you can play the damn game. The only
in
thing...
Hearthstone, you plop down exactly no crit.
This is actually how much interesting the game sounds. How interesting the game sounds. I literally just started hearing the Peanuts adults talking. You know, the wah 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 wah, as you were talking about all the integral details of this.
Well,
it just sounded so.
there's one thing about the details. It's a very detailed thing. Everything is RNG. Everything.
I think I actually heard that in a bunch of videos, so it's definitely
with
not
further
new.
with further expansions, there was more RNG.
So a lot of
Random number generator.
Yep.
Just to be clear. Okay, so the RNG fucks you over.
Or it fucks the enemy over.
it all depends.
That's
Which
why
is-
it's RNG.
Which is probably designed to always keep everyone, you know, wanting to buy new cards and whatnot to have that competitive edge.
Wow, that's the power creep indeed. Because there's no power creep, but the new cards are somehow better than the old cards, even though they are for the same cost. Huh. Somehow. It's unknown. It's a mystery, I think.
Mystery or
Yes.
a mystery?
Mystery.
Mystery. Les mystérieuses cités du gold. Oh no, that's
Yes.
something entirely different.
Like gold.
So yeah, I guess so back to the subject of Paladins. Obviously there's the factor that...
Ying sucks. Draw Maldamba.
No.
Or said it.
Well, okay. You know what, Xaverius? I'll throw you a bone.
No, don't draw me a bone. Throw me a series.
Yes,
Or
I'm going to
Maldamba.
draw Sarah's next episode, okay? Will that...
That's a different episode, Artrix.
Yes!
I don't even know if I'll be here the next episode.
But Xaverius, then you have
There
Ying.
might not be any next episode, Artrix.
Then you'll have Ying and Sirius. That's double the heals.
I have no idea what you said.
Then you have two healers. You have double the heals. And then I'll draw Furia for good measure.
Okay, that's a good healer. Ying is
Well,
not a good healer.
Actually,
How could you suggest Ying is a healer? She's a sniper, Artrix.
no.
No, you just take the legendary
Just-
that gives more damage to your damage. Then you just stand in the corner, throw Yings at people, and snipe the enemy. My god, Ying with that card that can aim is worse than any damage in the game.
Okay.
You know how many times
Because
I got killed from the opposite side of the map by
By-
some Ying as a tank?
You're
Lots
like,
of times.
you're like, oh, that looks like a completely harmless Ying that
No,
does
no,
maybe.
no. I'm like, I am fighting. This is a team fight. There's a team and I'm fighting. I'm tanking. I'm doing a good job. Dead because there's a Ying in the enemy spawn shooting at me.
That kind of sounds like the Paladin equivalent of you're in the middle of a team fight and you just beaten the Widow. You were like, sweet, I just picked that Widow. She's gone.
Artrix
We have the
Widowmakers are
point.
not in the middle of a team fight unless they are retarded.
No. Hear me out. So you got rid
No,
of
I
the...
will not.
No, yes,
I
you
will.
will. So you take out the Widow and you're like, I'm safe. Nothing is going to... And then there's an icicle through your skull. And it's a May that just snipped you from far distance. Especially now that her damage fall off is gone.
That sounds good. Now
So-
she's finally balanced out.
So basically what you got is a Widow main that didn't get to pick Widow. So she picked the best next thing, which is obviously hence I mean May. And...
Well, I'm I'm pretty sure that people who wanted to be a sniper who don't get to pick a sniper pick Victor and then just stand on the opposite side of the map.
Well, maybe in Paladins, but I was making an Overwatch analogy.
I wasn't.
Yeah. Also,
But you were making Overwatch analogy to Paladin analogy. Of healing.
yes.
and Yings.
Well, I don't think there's actually any character in Overwatch that's anywhere similar to Ying in the ways he plays.
Yeah, no,
I mean, see, her healing only comes from the from the clones, isn't it?
Healing.
Yeah. Puns. But yeah, the only way to heal Ying is to just build a shit ton of clones in it.
Of Yings, indeed.
Yeah.
You throw Yings at people.
You're
But
like,
they have lifespan of 4 seconds, so
unless you
have to keep producing Yings.
So where do you think he keeps all those Yings?
There's a warehouse dedicated entirely to these.
Probably.
I would say that someone's been busy.
Do you think she's been busy Ying herself?
Yep, she has hot yaoi sex with her own clones, and since they're both the same DNA, they produce even more Yings that are exactly...
Yes, I'm pretty sure that's exactly how it works.
Exactly. I mean, it's Ying. I mean...
I know. None of her friends are real.
So what you're saying that instead of cloning, she's like an otaku and they're all lifelike
at this
Dr.
point,
Makuras?
At this point, I don't even know if she knows she's real.
Well, she keeps telling everyone which one's which could be construed as a taunt. But when you really think about it, she's just
a desperate existential cry for help.
She's having an existential crisis. It's like, I don't know what I am anymore.
Maybe... What if I disappear? And if I disappear, where is the real me?
I don't know anymore. For all I know, I'm the clone. What even is a clone?
Maybe everybody is a clone.
Maybe I'm the real Knuckles, trapped in the real world. Oh wait, that's another existential crisis. Alright. Shrunk the head a little bit. Looks a bit better now.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, shrink her entirely until she's
okay,
completely invisible, and then draw Khan.
Well, I
mean, Khan is a better healer than Ying.
Yeah, I actually never played Khan, so he can heal sort of.
Yep, he has a heal that also gives you invulnerability.
But does it also heal teammates, or does it only heal himself?
Heals everybody, and the invulnerability also goes to everybody, but it's only like half a second. But it helps sometimes.
Yeah, but if you're being hit by Leon, then that I suppose.
No. He's totally gonna let Leon shoot you after all he serves her. Remember?
Yeah, but not if you know. Okay, so what if you got a Lian on both teams and a Khan on both teams? So what happens then?
Obviously, you take the shield legendary and just stand in front of your Lian.
Okay.
The permanent shield. That's what I like to do.
Yeah, but you know, since Khan is Lian's servant or whatever, but there's two Lians, doesn't that mean that Khan is gonna have an existential crisis, or at least gonna be incredibly confused?
Obviously, like... the one that's shooting at him is an imposter.
He's gonna look at the Lian, and she's shooting at him, and he's like, Lian, I thought we were friends. But then again, they were never friends to begin with, because he's nothing but a tool to Lian, and so it doesn't really fucking matter.
Maybe they are friends. Who knows?
Maybe they are friends with benefits.
Maybe there's Ying in the armor.
Maybe Ying's involved. That explains it, because if you got you know, 4 of them, two of them has to be clones. You can't have 2 Lians, unless Lian's parents were really meticulous when they were conceiving her, and they you know, gave the exact same genetic makeup to both clones. But we
should make 2 princesses.
In order to secure our future, we must produce 2 identical princessi that will one day lead
You need
our
to
army.
have the backup princess.
So that's how we got Leanne and Nega Leanne, who's exactly like Leanne, but the opposite.
Yeah, but which one is the backup princess?
Well, since the other Leanne is like Nega Leanne, it's like Darkwing Duck. So you got Darkwing Duck and you got
just
the...
the skins, Artrix. Oh, no, I said the word skins. Ah, I now have terrible memories of the developers taking away my skins. My beautiful skins, Artrix.
But
They were took.
So one Leanne would be haughty and royal and shit, but the other one would be, I don't know, kind and super humble.
I don't think that's how Leannes work. On genetic level.
Okay. So even though you got a Nega Leanne, even that doesn't work.
Yeah, but one of them is like, there's a fight, go and die for me, and the other one is like, there's a fight, bring me a drink, I'm gonna shoot them.
That kind of sounds like Leanne, but when I'm playing after being intoxicated, so I can already, imagine.
Leanne is the best champion to play when drunk, Artrix.
Yes, it's like.
I mean, everybody gives her shit for the auto aim, but half of her abilities need precise aim.
Yeah, I think she's only got one ability that kind of gives you auto aim.
Right click and F, those are auto aim.
Wait, the right click isn't the right
I don't know
click?
if they changed anything, but I had a build that abused F and then right click for refreshing the F and Fing again. I call the build Sonic.
But isn't the right click more like well, it's not really an AOE, but it does
it shoots everything in front of you.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
And so does the F. Well, the F shoots
Well, the F
closest target.
Yes.
But there's legendary to shoot everything in front of you.
Yes, I usually equip that one because I find it to be more useful.
Well, it's better than Dead and Taxes.
That too.
No, that's an actual.
Yeah, that's ability. But what does it do again? I forgot.
It screws their healing. It's basically like cauterize. So you don't have to take cauterize on your Liam.
That's usually what I do when I play Vivian and there's like a lot of shields on the other team. Instead of going all crazy on the wreck the shields, I just take that one ability that does it already.
Yes,
and then
you buy cauterize, then you wreck everything.
Yes, or fast reload, so you can just keep pumping out damage all the fucking time.
You can do that with Liam too. Just take cauterize and. Oh, I think it's not extremely productive to take anti-shields on Leon. Tell you that anti-healing is better because she can just spray everything with one tiny shot, but then tiny shot makes them not heal at all.
Yes. No,
that's worth their money.
No, with Vivian, I usually just make sure that I can just keep pumping out damage constantly.
It's easy. You just find the choke point on the map and put your gigantic ass into the choke point and nobody can go
through. You're laughing, but she really does have a gigantic ass.
It's basically a tumor with legs.
You know someone will marry that, basically.
Oh.
You know that.
I mean, she's got a kind of weird character model when it comes to her face, but
I like the face, but the hips, Jesus Christ.
She really got some childbearing hips for sure. But
yes,
then again, the same can be said.
African village of children.
And then again, the same can be said about Furia, but they kind of got it right with her.
Furia has proportions that exist.
Yes.
So I don't get her battle bikini, but that's a different thing.
You mean her red skin thing?
That was her original skin.
Yeah, that was the original. Then they
covered the skin up.
They were like,
if you saw the promo art, she's without that.
Yep, she started out having the garter belts basically, and then someone complained And then they were like, you know, well, they kind of handled it nicely in the sense that, okay, so we're
Her
gonna
skin
remove...
is blue now.
Yeah,
Leave us alone.
she's got blue skin now. But you can still get like the original. It's just red, which is, you know, better in my opinion.
Fucking communist.
Yeah, I know. Liking the color red makes me communist. That's
Obviously.
Well, no, you can't be communist. You got food earlier.
Oh yeah.
But he likes red. Look, first you like red, and then you just eat cows alive because you have nothing to eat.
Don't you mean rabbits?
That's a logical progression. No, nobody eats the rabbits because you die of starvation.
Yeah, but no, if there's no food, and your government, your dear leader tells you to go eat rabbits because they're just as good.
But then you keep the rabbits as pets.
To eat them, yes.
No, to pet them and be like, no, fuck you, government. This is my friend now. And that's basically how it ended up. That in Venezuela, the top of the societal ladder are rabbits. Because nobody really wants to eat them in large amounts and grass is free.
Anyway, we've been talking about paladins and
Yes,
rabbits.
we had a topic, Artrix. See?
Yes, terrible. But then again, let's go all out and add to that that the Overwatchers had an event. Well, they still have.
They keep having events.
Yeah.
What are they? A video game?
And this one's quite boring actually because it's the original event, like the first one they ever had. It's Olympics event, and
so Lucio Ball.
Yeah, it's basically just Lucio Ball. That's it.
That's fate worse than chess.
I mean, I played a few.
I remember two events. The terrible nightmare that was Lucio Ball. So many Lucios. And then there was one where you pushed a payload, but you were young.
Oh yeah, that's what we now refer to as the archives. And that was the first one, which was actually kind of nice. I typically like what they do for the archives event because they actually expand on the lore and they actually introduce a arcade game that's fun to play.
I think the most important part of the lore is that Thor didn't always have a beard.
That too. That was a very important aspect of the lore.
Yeah, it's like, where did the beard come from?
And then there's the Halloween event, which is kind of same as Lucio Ball in that it's got one game mode that's slightly more engaging than Lucio Ball, but only by a really small margin.
Instead of a ball, it has the Mercy skin with the big boobs.
I like the Mercy skin with the big boobs. That's why I have it. I'm not even sure if I got it equipped because I never fucking play Mercy, but yeah, that's, you know, the entire internet when that skin came about, and everyone was like, oh, Mercy, so sexy, and all the all the loot artists started to draw Witch Mercy.
And Artrix is like, why is everybody attracted to middle-aged Swiss women?
To be honest, you don't even really know that she's middle-aged until you look up her bio, to be honest.
You don't know anybody's age until you look up their bio.
It's like...
Except for May. She's 300 years old and has no soul.
That's very true. Especially the having no soul part. But really, when I looked up Mercy's bio and it said she's 36, I was like... What? She looks like... You
don't look a day older than 34.
No, she looks more like she's in her late 20s at best. But no, she's fucking 36 or 7. But then again, apparently Sombra's 30. And actually...
she hacked her age.
Yeah, that's very true. And knowing that, I can kind of see it being a thing, But
Yeah, Artrix. I mean, Sombra is actually 17 and she just hacked the record so she can buy beer.
yeah, she's so in other words, she's just 17. She just hacked her ID, and now she can also rent a car.
Yes. But she can't drive it. But that's okay. She'll just hack it.
Well, she just has to wait a few years. Oh, wait a minute.
So that means she's limited to only renting Teslas.
Yep. Though, to be fair, the game is in the future. So,
they have like Teslas with legs.
Yeah. It's a Tesla, you get in there, and it then proceeds to walk. And you're like, I could have just walked myself. We're not really going any faster than...
And the car is like, fuck off, Omnix needs jobs too.
That, then it's like, shut the fuck up, climate change and all that. And then Sombra's like, but it's 2076 and I don't
climate
think...
change has already happened.
But at this point I don't think we really need to worry all that much about climate change. We've been talking about climate change for the past 50 years, 60 years, and nothing has changed. Oh yeah, but climate change. Oh, okay.
Just wait until she asks why they don't just hack the icebergs, so they stop melting.
I like the way you think. Anyway, we should probably bring up a real topic.
Yeah, Sekele,
I have
bring
one.
up the real topic. You are not Sekele.
First of all, you forgot snowball fighting with May, and May hunting the Yeti, which is actually Winston.
I think people want to forget everything that concerns me.
No, that was a pretty okay arcade game, but you play it 2 times and then you just utterly bored with it.
Oh, so like the entire Overwatch?
No,
Okay, fine, I played it 5 times before I got bored.
Okay, I got a very interesting topic to bring up.
not topics. Now I actually have to think.
Okay. Well, you know how Germany is very not keen on the whole Nazi thing anymore. They really don't like you promoting the symbols or the...
Yes, like
or
the
whatever.
German flag. The official one, I mean.
Well, apparently, I saw this, but the article that it cited was German, and I don't understand German, but I saw that apparently they're going to start doing reviews of the swastika and other Nazi symbolism in video games on a case-by-case basis like they do movies, as opposed to a blanket ban. They have changed that, I think, because...
A reasonable approach, oh my god.
I don't know why they changed it. There was no mention of it in the the work that was cited in the, as far as I know, because as I said, I don't read German and I wasn't going to trust Google Translate. But I thought it was interesting nonetheless, because that means they're
Google Translate is friends, so we should listen and believe.
But that's, to me, it's kind of interesting to see how I guess they're maybe starting to realize that maybe censoring it outright doesn't really help anything. It just makes people, I mean, people, I think this came to be because of what happened with Wolfenstein: The New Colossus.
Possibly.
Because
also maybe
a lot of those
gaming company was like, we would like money. Just stop fucking our games up.
Yeah, well, and a lot of gamers, myself included, feel like games should be treated like the film, because they're in a sense, they shouldn't just be censored willy-nilly. They're a form of free speech and free self-expression of a group of individuals. And I don't like the idea of things being censored just because it might offend someone. Like, if it does, don't play the game.
That offends me.
Like, I don't get why that's so hard for people to get. I mean, it's sort of like, I've talked with Artrix about something that actually happened was there's this person on Tumblr who's basically a giant TERF, and her art really is, like, her art and her ideology is just really crap. Like she draws good, but the content is absolutely atrocious. And
aren't you talking about that turf?
the turf witch, yeah.
Oh god, yes.
And the reason Artrix knows what I'm talking about here, just to give you context, she draws people like trans people boiled alive, baked into pies. She draws them, and really, even by my standards, very offensive. And it does take a lot to genuinely get me
Baked into
upset.
pies. Sounds like she's got a taste for a trans person.
Yeah, I never quite get that. What is this like? Well, if we're so inferior, why are you eating us? Like, wouldn't that corrupt you somehow? That's just trying to use her weird logic against her. But
Well,
the thing is, but you know what?
It's just a lesbian being in the closet.
I looked at that a few times, and then I realized it was offending me, so I stopped looking at it.
Am I being offended?
I look at myself, and that's kind of a thing you have to do, is like, yes, it's offensive, yes, it's distasteful, yes, it's crass, but she has a right to self-expression, and that basically is a warning sign for people like me to stay the fuck away from her. That's why I basically am a big proponent of self-expression, you know, being able to express yourself, even if it's something I vehemently disagree with. Is because it does kind of make things very clear, and you know.
Not only that, but now you can just point at it and say, "What an idiot!"
Yeah, like, look at this bitch. Just move on.
And it's out in the open. You can point it and say, "Look at this idiot," and then people.
I think that's what shocked me the most about this particular image. These images I saw. Was the fact it was so blatant. I've never seen and I'm not a normie by any sense of the word. As I said, it takes a lot to genuinely make me disturbed. This was pretty well drawn and very just.
It wasn't just a shit post. This was
chopping people up and baking them into pies is not very subtle. At least make souffle, Jesus Christ. I bet it was the American style pies when you just take a form, put dough in it, so it's a dough form, and then you just drop everything into it.
That almost sounds like.
Don't know how to make pies.
That almost sounds like the way Americans make cheese.
They make everything like that. They just dump everything.
We're just gonna take this plastic. We're gonna put some stuff in there. And the plastic just sort of keeps it together.
Oh wait, you mean that? I mean like the pies, you know.
Yeah, but
you have a sheet of dough. You just drop everything that you have on it and cover it with another sheet of dough. That's a pie.
But here's the thing: we
have no taste, no heart, and no soul.
And no effort.
Yeah, but here's the thing, right? Us trans people don't have a lot of good nutritional value. Everyone knows that.
But can you cook?
Yeah, I can cook, but
you are better than that person. if I ever need to make person pies, I'm gonna go to you, not to that person.
I mean, if you're stuck on a freaking, if you're stuck in the fat, stuck in like everything's frozen. You happen to have an oven that is
well, then you have to let it go. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you have to basically you have to pick someone to eat because I mean if you're with Shaq, the basketball player, you basically.
Yes, you are not going to eat Shaq anytime soon.
But it's a joke. Like he's got that.
Unless he breaks his leg first. You need to make a Shaq trap. Then again, you might want to keep the shack to defend you from tigers or something. I don't know.
But here's the. But anyway, what I'm getting at is, I look at that shit. It obviously offended me, so I stopped looking at it. Unless someone asks me what I'm talking about, I don't even go look at it, because what's the point? I know it's gonna upset me. Why can't people do the same? This game has Nazis in it. I'm going to play it and get more offended.
Yes. Or you could find a mass murderer who bakes people into pies and get him to complain. Because, that's his culture.
Actually, what did amaze me though was like outside other turfs, pretty much everyone, conservative, liberal, feminist, samurai, there was no one who was supporting her outside other turfs, and I found that just amazing.
They probably do it just because they are all ostracized already.
I don't know anyone who likes turf.
Turfs are like
that's a good thing.
turfs are
definitely not the feminists.
Yeah, turfs are probably a lot like the way MRAs are perceived. So you just hear the term and you just instantly go,
You cringe at
no.
TERFs are outright of feminism.
Yeah, they really are. I think we can safely say that about turfs, like at least MRAs, like some of the more logical ones, like Honey Badger Radio, the lady who runs that, Allison, she makes some very good points about men's rights, but turfs just don't make any valid. They don't make any sense. I don't get them. I never will.
They make sense. It's actually extremely easy. So pay close attention, okay? They hate men. That's it. They just.
I don't think they hate men. They just hate the penis.
Yeah, they don't even. Well, no, that would be incorrect. They legitimately just hate the entire concept of men existing.
Yes, and they have penises.
And they think trans women and trans men alike. So trans women who are like myself are basically neo-patriarchy. That was like one of the words she used.
So it's not
the agents of patriarchy infiltrating the sisterhood.
Well, obviously, it's just men trying to infiltrate women, test them from within.
Yes.
And I'm like,
have you ever infiltrated a woman?
Sacred of being a woman. I don't get out.
I don't know, with vaginas and blood or something.
Yeah, but to me, it's just the other thing that gets me about this lady.
Oh, talking about vaginas, you remember vagina monologues?
And these like ladies like her, like.
Apparently, vagina monologues got not banned, but not featured at universities anymore because it's trans exclusionary.
Oh, really? It is.
Yeah. Because that lady who made vagina monologues didn't take into consideration to women who don't have a vagina. See?
That sounds pretty silly in and of itself.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna say something that maybe a lot of like my trans peers may hate me for, but I don't give a shit. I'm allowed to say what I want to say, and that is, I feel that just because you didn't think about trans people doesn't mean you're a turf. Because maybe
she and you, Alex Jones.
Also, that's a good segue.
Yeah, I'm right.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about Alex Jones. That's the big one.
Okay.
He's making the TERFs gay.
Okay, right off the bat, I'll say that I think Alex Jones is, for the most part, a fucking idiot.
Mm-hmm.
Well, from what I heard, it's just a character. And
that too.
The real Alex Jones, it's just a normal dude.
But the character is definitely an idiot.
Yeah, he's a fucking. He's definitely a fucking loon.
He's the living parody of the right fingers. Well, conservatives, I guess you'd call them in the use of A.
But yeah, basically all of the social media sites just all happen to simultaneously decide, you know what, we don't want this dude on our channels. He can fuck off. And
we don't like him.
So it's not like he just got booted from YouTube and that's it. Like it's YouTube's decision. No. He got banned from all the social media on the same day. So that's kind of suspicious. I mean, the argument that they're bringing is felons and he broke the terms of service. It's fine and dandy. But if it's all happening on all the social media sites all at once. That's kind of a scary precedent, because
Yeah, like what if he did on one site? Like what if he did it on YouTube? Say he said something on YouTube that shouldn't apply to other social media websites at all.
I don't think that's a problem. The problem is that these sites are obviously in collusion, and they have just decided we're going to basically unperson Alex Jones.
I mean, it started with Apple. Buy some Apple. They removed Jones because apparently his speech is full of hate. It's the black speech of murder, Artrix, and it's full of hate.
Yes,
And it goes into the souls and hearts of trans people and gay people and whatever variety protected characteristics here.
whenever
Ethnicity, national origin, religious affiliation, sexual orientation, caste, sex, gender identity, serious disease or disability, and size of shoes.
So yeah, whenever he speaks, I just get overwhelmed by the sense of hate. It's like, oh my god, they really are turning the frogs gay. Whatever shall I do?
Yes. And see, it's like a psychic with mind control. Alex just hears Alex Jones speak, and his heart fills with hate. That's how it
Yes,
works.
I can literally fill up with hate, like a glass being poured with a cold one with beer. That's how it feels. It feels like it. My heart feels like a glass being filled with beer, including exactly the same sound and everything.
Yes, and because of this beer sound, they removed Alex Jones. And then Facebook was like, "That's a good idea. We don't like him. Yes, he is the hate speech." And it just sort of continued.
And
This has a very scary precedence, though, which I think we're going to touch on.
okay,
If you go to Twitter, now Alex Jones is gone, and some people are like, "Yes, this is good. We don't like him." But what about Joseph Watson?
he's still on Twitter,
You
innit?
can't just remove people because they say something you don't like.
And anyway, Sekele, go ahead.
But in such a way that we can hear you.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have no idea now.
Oh.
Oh,
Yes.
sorry.
But Watson is still on the Twitters, I take. Yeah, his own account and everything.
What?
Joseph Watson guy.
No, some people were like, "Okay, we got rid of Alex Jones. Now, how about this guy?"
How about Joseph Watson?
Yes, it's like, well, seems like you are not actually banning him for hate speech, but because you don't like him, because you are immediately turning to the other guy that you don't like him, that you don't like.
Yeah, and you know, I can kind of see where they're coming from with Alex Jones being, you know, a screeching lunatic and all that. But then there's like one aspect of Watson is like, what the fuck is he doing on InfoWars? Like, he doesn't really sound or talk like anyone who's supposed to be on that website.
Yes, he didn't mention gay frogs once. I don't think he's credible, Artrix.
Nope, he's definitely very incredible. But yeah, he should go MGTOW instead. But instead of men going their own way, it should be InfoWars going their own way.
Becoming increasingly obvious that the West is forever doomed and there is no hope.
You know, I was kind of surprised they banned him for hate speech because YouTube did say, some YouTube people did say that they would like to suppress the conspiracy theories and fake news a bit, you know, so only the true and correct news go up. Obviously, the arbiter of what is a true news is them, I guess.
I don't trust them.
Oh, I think that
this
this would be a good basis on which to get rid of Alex Jones, because he is a fake news and a conspiracy. He himself, the person, Actually, he is. Well, yeah, but then again, somebody said that they would not like to outright ban people for that, but you know, just make the videos less visible. So I guess they couldn't use that.
It's not censorship. We're just, you know, putting them out of the public view, which is one of the quotes that was spun around.
Just hiding the crazies.
Yeah.
Yes.
This shit should be a crime.
Yes.
Well, yes. Some of it is a crime, apparently.
Here's the thing. Like, I've read like laws that are on the books in the United States.
I read
I
one.
forget exactly the specific one, but it is a crime to conspire with two or more people, one or two more people, basically 2 people plus, to suppress someone else's ability to express the freedom of speech.
Oh, I have a
corporations are getting away with it.
Then why the hell aren't the law enforcement doing anything?
Because they're bought. That's honestly what
I feel like I have my head in a speaker.
That's because you have your head.
Because otherwise you don't hear what I am saying. So I have to.
We do. There's just this delay, but
now we don't hear what you're saying, but differently.
But yeah, it's just like it is technically a felony or something like that, but they don't do anything about it. I think because there is a precedence that corporations can sort of do this, despite the law being there.
Yes,
I don't get it.
Corporations are people, but not actually.
That's the thing that pisses me off.
They are people when it's good for them. Like they can fuck you over in an interpersonal conflict, which they couldn't do because they're corporations. They have infinitely more power than you. But hey, it's a person now. Except when they're doing something.
Yeah, except when it says like you can't put a corporation in jail or the people running it. Which I would like to see happening. Whereas my girlfriend says, start a targeted revolution and
they need to build a wall around the corporation.
Like she just basically, and I kind of get what she's meaning. And but here's the thing: she's not one of these people that says just because a corporation is progressive, you let them off the hook. You know what I mean? So she's at least fair in that aspect.
No, you put them on the hook.
Yeah, you put them on the hook and you twist.
And watch them squirm.
But I like my progressive companies because they're progressive.
But
whenever
less updates in Overwatch.
I don't actually think Overwatch is all that progressive.
But they have their devs personally overseeing all that bad speech on the internet.
Yeah, that doesn't make them progressive. It just makes them a bunch of cocks.
Yeah.
No. Xaverius, you want to have a real example of companies trying really hard to be progressive? The company like Ben and Jerry's. Oh my god. Ben and Jerry's is really a bunch of virtual signaling. Oh my god.
Artrix, I am but a poor Slav. I never had a Ben and Jerry in my life. In fact, I saw it once.
You actually don't miss all that much. I recently tried another brand of ice cream that's kind of like Ben and Jerry's.
I saw it once.
I have absolutely no idea what it is.
It's an ice cream. I saw it once in a college, and I looked at the price. I was like, okay, for this much money, I can eat for the entire week.
But one canister of Ben and Jerry's will set me back like my entire salary. So thanks, but no thanks. Is that it? But because it's true, Ben and Jerry's is fucking expensive.
Yeah,
I think.
I mean, literally, like, what would it cost? I ate a week because I was but a poor Slav in university.
So
Ben
you're like,
Jerry's does a lot of virtue signaling, you say?
Yes, it does a lot of virtual signaling.
Do they have a vagina flavored ice cream after?
They probably do. I wouldn't at all be surprised. Speaking of which, I think we actually brought up last week, like the...
Now you didn't explain the Ben and Jerry thingies. What do they do?
Well, for one thing, apparently they had like a series of ice cream. Shocker, I know. And their entire stick was that on each carton it said, "We accept refugees. Refugees welcome." And I was like,
Okay.
that's
Sure.
Yeah.
that's nice.
I don't see any refugees in the freezer.
That's
Should I put some of them?
Are they in the ice cream?
Like, should I put some of them in the
Are you
freezer?
collaborating with Turfwitch
But-
and putting them in the ice cream?
But is it really that good of an idea to go out and just proclaim that sort of thing while you're trying to sell me a product? Like, I don't care.
It's like Starbucks. Remember Starbucks?
Oh,
Let's
yeah.
talk about race.
So I'm like, I
And
just...
then you just come to Starbucks and like, I want a triple frappuccino with pumpkins and 90% cream. And then you get the frappuccino 90% pumpkin and the person at the till is like, hey, so what about race?
So I'm like, I just want to buy the ice cream. Why are you bringing this up? And then I looked, to the next shelf, and it had like this product that claimed to have, was sweetened with stevia and whatnot. I was like, I'll try this instead. It also has cookie dough in it.
I feel extra hipstery today. Xaverius.
But this thing, it was less hipster because it wasn't Ben and Jerry's.
Then
It was another hip sounding brand, but it was definitely not Ben and Jerry's.
Bob and James.
No, I think it was. I don't remember what the name of the brand was. Something like Peeps or whatever. In other words, it's people from the theme parks in Roller Coaster Tycoon. On a slight note, apparently there's like 2 new versions of the game. One made by Terry and one made by an entirely different company. And much like City Skylines, it looks like the quote unquote knockoff is better than the original. I think it's called Planet Coaster, and it looks legitimately more fun than the
Planet
original.
Coaster.
That thing.
Yeah,
Yes,
basically.
yes.
I think
I
it's
had
also
people
made up
really-
of, like, I think it's made up of like people who may have worked on the originals but got booted off.
I saw both people very excited about it and people who said it wasn't that good.
You
I'm
mean,
confused. I will now have to do research.
from what I've seen, Planet Coaster looks really good. The Atari game looks kinda, well, not bad, but Planet Coaster kind of blows it out of the water.
Can you put a planet in the card?
You probably can.
That's the only way.
Especially since the game supports modding. So
That's the only way how a game called Planet Coaster should work out.
so you can literally create a mod that replaces the people in the ride with planets.
Yes. Or coasters that go into the stratosphere.
Hmm?
Into the space!
Well, I've actually seen some pretty impressive looking parks in that game. Well, not in the game, but in YouTube videos. I'm like, wow, this is like a really elaborate park you got going on here.
I saw someone.
All I saw was a coaster that had twirls and curves and turns that had like 400 G.
I saw someone recreate the euthanasia coaster.
I want to ride that.
You know what the euthanasia coaster is, right? It's a pre-designed coaster.
That's why I want to ride it. See if it works.
Exactly.
It's the only ride that Artrix ever wanted to ride.
Yeah,
It's
an actual coaster someone designed, and they put it into the game.
I don't believe them. I don't believe it can actually kill me, so I just want to ride it, see if it's true.
Well,
and then I'm dead.
If it works, hey, a bonus.
Oh, you. But yeah, the entire concept of the euthanasia coaster is Both terrifying, but also incredibly hilarious.
Someone
Dying
took the
is
time.
fun.
Well,
Someone
it
took
is
the
in the
time.
euthanasia coaster.
Dying
Someone,
for the whole family.
just think about this, boys. Someone took the time to not only design a coaster, but they basically designed it not just to kill you, but to kill you while entertaining you. It is the most fantastic thing. You
Why
know,
wouldn't you want to die when having fun?
Well, it is entertaining until all the blood leaves your brains, and then there's just blackness. But
yeah, I think it's like the G-force basically causes your blood to stop flowing properly, and you just die.
well,
Let me actually pull that
it's-
up. I want to see that.
it's basically like a centrifuge. So much like the way
On
a
centrifuge.
so much like a washing machine removes the moisture from your clothing.
Oh yeah, I mean you can go into a washing machine if you're
I'm gonna
poor.
post it here in the Radio Rothingham chat. Yeah, this is the design. It's
But
basically,
hold on. I just realized something. So the Sonic cartoon actually had some precognition about this whole ordeal.
Sonic.
They knew that someone was going to design the euthanasia coaster. So they made an episode in advance warning kids not to climb into washing machines because it'll kill them. But it's essentially the same as the euthanasia coaster. So.
Yeah.
And as Sonic would say, that's no good. Radical skateboard.
Yeah, it doesn't go fast enough.
What did the euthanasia coaster kill Sonic? This is an important question and I want very serious...
Is Sonic faster than that?
No. Sonic rides the coaster like anyone else. But will he survive it since he's so used to traveling at high velocities?
the height of this thing is over half a kilometer, like 510 meters tall.
I so want to ride it.
The drop is 500. And
So
it has
awesome!
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think 6 or 7 loops. I think 6 or 7. I can't really count because the last one's. I think it's 7 loops. They're basically meant to keep you from coming back up. So it's literally, and it literally can reach speed of 360 kilometers an hour or 220 miles per hour. That's literally like above the speed of an EF5 tornado.
Mm-hmm.
That's about as fast as my friend drives.
That kind of makes me wonder though. So if you were to build a coaster that does not have all the loops, it just has the 500-meter drop, would that kill you? And if not, could we actually build it?
Well, if it's just a drop and not a roller coaster, probably, Artrix, probably. Unless your cards can fly.
I'm trying to see here is the loops are built to basically keep the hypoxia going. So
yes.
you technically could, but I don't really think that would be wise because for an
You might
average
die
person,
only slightly, Artrix.
Yeah, you might actually just, that might be enough, that first hill and loop.
Also,
Even if you don't go the loops, it might be enough.
Also, from the description, I've gathered that so you're being lifted up all the way to the top, which will actually take a fair bit of time since roller coasters are really fucking slow on their ascent. I think it's like 3 kilometers an hour.
You're gonna be angry the entire way. Like, Jesus fuck.
Yeah, it's taking so long.
I want to die already. I didn't pay for this just to be this slow.
To be fair, when you're doing that sort of thing, I don't think time's really of the essence.
Oh yeah, at least maybe you have a busy day and need to die quick.
Oh yeah, I have an appointment in 2 a.m, so since 2 a.m. doesn't really mean all that much, considering what you're doing at that exact moment.
Well, maybe you have an appointment with Mr. Death and you don't want to keep him waiting.
Yeah, exactly. It's like Grim Fandango, and you need to catch the train to the 9th dimension or whatever it was.
Like, I need to die quick. I have an appointment in the afterlife.
Hmm? Yeah, I made an appointment with Manuel Calavera, and he's going to take me to the express train thing. It's gonna take me to the next
And
world.
3/3. 4/3. 4/3. 5.
8. 11.
17.
Okay, I'm reading this up. The loops basically, they do prolong the effect. So each one's meant to be slightly less just so it keeps that going. I think if you were to change the make the loops the same, it might. I don't know. I'm not the big on physics or whatnot.
I don't.
It would slow it down, and then not so many people would die, and then you would get a lot of complaints.
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't live up to its name, basically.
Except it wouldn't, because you'd survive, and it's just a really fast roller coaster.
Yeah, and then you complain because you didn't want to survive.
But
This would be a fun way.
It's like I wanted to die and I survived. Now I have to pay for this again. You know how expensive your ride is.
But I don't want to die. I just want to ride the really fast roller coaster.
I think this roller coaster would be a nice way to execute, like people like the death penalty in the United States.
Just execute clowns. They don't even have to do any crime. Just put them on.
Or if you have terminal cancer, basically you basically say, I will ride this because I have terminal cancer and I'm going to go out with style.
Mm-hmm.
So what's the worst thing that can happen? I'm gonna die.
Yeah, I'm going to die anyway. I might as well go out the way I want to go out.
Hmm. Which is going 6 billion kilometers an hour, riding a roller coaster.
At 400 G.
Hmm. You know, a lot of people want to experience 0 Gs, but they're whiny little pussies. I want to experience 400 Gs.
Yeah, they're right. It's not a roller coaster until all my bones snap just from the air.
Hmm. But I won't even have to feel that, since the blood will literally be extracted from my very brain. I won't even be able to experience it until.
Also, you'll probably have bits of skull in the brain.
Hmm. Well, yeah, but that's but you can't actually feel anything that enters your brain. Apparently, the brain itself doesn't have any nerve endings.
Oh, and once it's entered, then you don't feel the rest either.
So then again, no, I'm not gonna go into that right now.
Yeah,
yes, Artrix do not go into the brain. You will not be able to feel it.
I wouldn't want to go into my own brain. That's true. I kind of need it. Maybe I'll do it later. Maybe maybe when I'm on my deathbed and.
Artrix, technically you are in your own brain already.
Yes, but metaphysically. But I meant literally. When I'm on deathbed, I'm like, okay, this is one thing I always wanted to try, and I just poked my finger through my skull, just twist it around. I'm like,
yes, because skulls are very finger permeable.
Obviously, I'll have the doctor's drill hole in it, just big enough for one finger.
Just one finger, please.
You don't have to go all the way. Just make it big enough for one finger to pass through.
I'm just gonna stick one finger, and then I'm gonna leave. I promise.
I'm on my deathbed anyway, so I might as well give this a try. Oh god. Maybe we should bring up another topic.
What was the original topic?
I think it's all started. We started talking about the roller coaster simulators, and before that, I don't even fucking remember. Something about.
Before that was the topic, but I don't know what the topic was.
Something about Alex Jones.
No, after that.
About Alex Jones.
Sekele was talking, but we didn't hear him because he was full of bass.
You know what, Sekele? Bring a topic to us. Do it now.
I was fine for a while, but you keep ignoring me.
Who are you?
For a while. Okay. First off, back when you started, I wanted to say it, but you kept talking, didn't stop. you going bald from your genes, that's Gattaca. That's not. It's not a Minority Report. It's Gattaca. You got your dystopian movie confused.
Okay.
No, we are talking about prediction of crime.
I've actually watched
that was Minority Report. Also, Artrix, why are you wearing jeans on your head?
The what
But you
now?
also started talking about your genes determining you being bald, and that you can sue people for sue your parents for it, and that idea is from Gattaca.
Okay. But I wasn't actually going to sue my parents. I was going to sue Bruce Willis for preemptively because the Minority Report ghosts have determined that he was going to do that.
Yeah.
Before it actually happened. That was kind of the whole gist of the thing. But anyway, let's not dwell on that, and let's actually
Let's not dwell on Bruce Willis.
let's try to actually have a podcast going, sort of, maybe. So I know you had a bunch of topics you want to bring up, quite a lot. So
That's the premise of the podcast, Artrix. Yes, yes, yes. Well,
Sekele, are you dead again?
talking might help.
And people talk, they speak.
I didn't know you're an expert, Artrix.
I am a very expert.
With much expertise. Expertise nuts.
Expert. I kind of like that phrase. What the fuck happened to Sekele?
He dead.
He is in the chat.
He went on the roller coaster. And now he's rolling and coasting. From coast to coast. That was a sound.
Maybe we should be bringing up a topic since Sekele dead.
Sekele died. He didn't just leave the chat. He's coming back.
Yes, that was the sound.
Oh, do you hear me?
Yes.
No.
We were all waiting with bated breath for your...
We hear you all the way from
For
Slovakia.
some fucking reason, my microphone decided to shut off and not turn off.
Oh,
It's definitely Discord's fault.
Anyway, instead of dwelling on that topic, no, we need it.
Okay, okay, so which one do you want to hear? Something about the media or something about a meme killing a person?
Yes.
Well, since we've been talking about the suicide roller coaster, we might as well talk about someone killing themselves over a meme. Or creepypasta in this case.
It was the Pepe.
Okay,
Pepe
so...
is on the
Okay, go ahead.
And you are interrupting me again.
No, you.
Ever heard about Momo?
I think I did, but now I forgot. So
Originally there was this weird statue some Japanese artist made. It's basically the statue of a chicken, but it has the head and the breasts of a woman.
Sexy.
Very
Then
sexy.
some person posted a picture of the statue's face on the internet, and it circulated, and apparently a creepypasta in Spanish-speaking countries, a creepypasta instance about this. There's basically this woman in the picture. When you are on a dating site, there are two versions of the story. First version is that if you are on a dating site, a woman with this picture as her profile will approach you. If you reply to her in any way, she begins to stalk you, and then she kills you. The version of the story is that if you contact her on her phone number, she will give you a series of cryptic messages, photos, text messages that will give you information about the future. But in exchange, either one of your loved ones dies, or something bad happens to you, like you become paralyzed or something. So equivalent exchange, you might like want to say.
But is the paralyzation in one of those messages of the future?
The point is, you get the messages about the future, and then something bad happens to either you or one of your loved ones.
This shit's getting pretty Full Metal Alchemisty.
More or less.
Well, also the one with the
Typically kind of took off around the internet, and apparently a phone app appeared that claims that it helps you contact. Well, apparently some 12-year-old kid in Argentina did this, ended up killing itself afterwards. And unlike the shit with Doki Doki Literature Club, was obviously people being misinformed. Here, it actually seems like the app was at least partially responsible.
Well, here's one thing you need to know about Latin America in general whenever it comes to the paranormal. Apparently,
it's more normal than para.
Well, apparently a fuck ton of people over there are very superstitious. I'm pretty sure you've seen at least one video of like pranksters installing like speakers and whatnot in an elevator. So it's usually a woman, but I've seen videos of men as well. They go in there just doing their day-to-day thing, and there's like some really cheesy special effect that insinuates that there's a ghost, and they just fucking flip out. Like, holy...
So do the Japanese, Artrix. So do the Japanese. Have you come in contact with the book 100 Years of Solitude?
No, but what about it?
It's magic realism. One of the examples that you usually got is that like people are unfazed when a ghost of a relative shows up and just talks to you. Well, you know, that's not magic realism. That's just what the culture and superstitions in South America are like.
Yeah, it's kind of related to the topic at hand. But imagine you're in an elevator, and a legit ghost comes up to you and it's like, "Ooh, I'm a ghost."
Well, I'd be like, dude, I'm in the elevator. This is already the worst thing that could happen to me today.
Yeah, so like there's two. You can panic and be like, "Oh my god, it's a ghost!" But what?
That face, only a mother could hate, and everyone else despises with every ounce of their being.
That is a pretty damn scary face. I'll give you that.
This is awful.
Like, apparently, what the app does is that it sends you tasks to fill and then send photographic evidence of doing it. And if you don't, it starts harassing you by sending you a mix of insults, like insults text messages, and gore pictures.
Sounds delightful.
And it won't stop until you fulfill the task it gives you.
I have to admit, that's pretty creepy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then you uninstall it.
Apparently, the tasks then escalate in difficulty point where they start threatening your life.
So it's like Blue Whale then, but more inventive.
This is basically
like Blue Whale. It is exactly like Blue Whale.
This is it's not only reminds me of Blue Whale, but this sounds like a typical Tumblr user. Like every time you try to please them, it just escalates, and not only that, they look that hideous.
So in other words, we can actually capitalize on this if we just take the source code of the app and just rebrand it. We can just re-release it, but with it's a Tumblr ride simulator.
Like, hey, is there Momo? I know Doom and Future. Yeah, sure. Can you hold it for a bit? I have a business opportunity for you.
Tumblr ride simulator.
Yeah.
It's the scariest app out there. Now made with 2% more scary. But
Saddest thing, you know what's the absolutely saddest thing? You can freaking delete the app at any point.
Yes,
yeah,
exactly.
that
It's
that,
an
that
app.
The whole thing was pointless. The whole death was pointless.
yeah, if we just deleted the app with none of this, but then again, like I said,
And this is why people should not be allowed to have phones. They just cannot be trusted.
then again, it's Latin America.
Yeah,
but-
how did they even get money to get a phone?
Latin America, aside from Venezuela, is doing pretty okay.
And
Like,
Brazil.
not Brazil's Brazil's doing fairly good for itself. It's like not
Yes, but not the individual people are.
well. Yeah, there's a lot of poor people in, but they're not like starving or anything. At least the vast majority aren't. I'm pretty sure there's like legit poverty in Brazil, seeing as it is not exactly Western. Well, it kind of is, but it's also not. But it's
There's
not.
only very few places in which you can be more Western in Brazil, Artrix.
It's
Like Nicaragua.
it's not like some Central African country where basic shit like running water is a luxury.
But they have running sand.
Well, no, that's more like the Sahara.
Yeah, that's in Central Africa.
No, not
Oh,
really.
yeah,
That's more
but
like Northern Africa.
Like Chad.
Hmm.
That's depends on what's your definition.
The
You mean Congo.
point being that Brazil isn't, it certainly is doing a hell lot better than what's its face, Venezuela. But then again, everyone's doing.
Food in country number 32.
Sorry.
Oh,
I said it's food in country number 32.
talking about Venezuela.
Yeah, Venezuela.
Maybe we should finish up this topic.
The Venezuelan president
Hmm.
said that maybe socialism is to be blamed on the state of the country.
Wow. But it's a very cautious statement, of course. He's like,
Yes.
maybe it's the fall of socialism, but let's not jump to any conclusions. For all we know, it was just Pokemon Go. We don't know yet. All our scientists are working day in, day out to solve this mystery. So keep on eating those rabbits, okay? Everything will be fine. Except when it's not gonna be fine.
Except then you die of starvation with rabbits.
Those are details, and that's just capitalist propaganda you've been reading, obviously.
Ah, I see.
But what about Venezuela, other than they kind of admitted that their economic system isn't really all that what's cracked up to be?
It's surprisingly still exists.
So like,
Okay, look, Artrix. Once I'm gonna click to these 17 prompts on Forbes to get me through the cookies and close these 20 ads that popped up after that. Oh my god, 100% whey protein with 25% free. For only like $50. Jesus, what a bargain. Yes, so apparently Maduro said that the production models they tried so far have failed and the responsibility is theirs. My god. He actually addressed his party and said it's their fault. Wow.
and they're actually admitting
Look,
faults.
This
Taking
situation
responsibility.
has to be real dire when the socialists admit they are at fault.
So when can we expect the first McDonald's in Venezuela? Because that's obviously the only measure of wealth, the number of McDonald's you have. I mean, I never.
Apparently he said we need to produce with or without outside aggression, with or without blockades. We need to make Venezuela an economic power. Well,
Well, good luck with that.
we'll see about that. I mean, their GDP has shrunk by 10% again.
Yeah, on one of my
Money doesn't exist. Like they paid in American dollars before that was banned, so they just started bartering.
I mean, on a website of Frequent, every single economy they list is positive growth. They're like, okay, so let's see, this weird shit, this weird country that you probably never heard of, plus 5%. India, plus 6%. Poland can into space because of plus 5%. Venezuela, minus 14%. I'm like, what the fuck?
That's not true communism or something.
Even fucking Turkey is doing better than Venezuela, and they're well, yeah, because they kind of fucked up. Like
seriously, Turkey is fucking itself over right now.
Yep, they're well, particularly their currency is tanking pretty badly right now. I don't know what that means for the rest of the economy, but when you have an inflation rate of in the double digits, that's a bad sign. What I'm saying is don't have inflation rates in the double digits.
Yeah, don't have inflation rates. Stop it. Ah.
Well, if you don't want to have any kind of inflation, you kind of have to get off the whole fractional reserve banking system, which is virtually impossible at this point. That's not.
Turkey can just replace it with nationalism or something.
But I think they already tried to do that. It's not really working.
Drat.
I mean, they redenominized their currency a few years back. I mean, they used to have to pay like a few thousand lira to buy something, but they were like, you know what, we're just gonna drop a few zeros on all prices, so everything will be priced exactly the same. We're just gonna drop a few zeros, and now they have the new Turkish lira or dinar. I don't even.
Lira too.
Well, yeah, that's literally what's called on the exchange markets. You know, the original lira is probably TRL, which stands for Turkish lira, and the new one is probably NTL, which stands for New Turkish lira. And some countries have even go as far as to denominate their currency. Some countries have gone as far as to redenominate their currencies twice. So you have even 3 currency codes for 3 different currencies.
You could be like Zimbabwe and basically get so bad at redenominating your currency, you basically use someone else's currency instead.
Yeah, that's basically what they resorted to. I think that 3 redenominations before they gave up.
That was 4.
Or 4, something like that. You know,
extreme, yeah.
I mean, at one point, you know, you go to the bakery, you're like, okay, I want to buy bread, and they're like, okay. So that'll be 2 million Zimbabwean dollars. So you hand them the money, and they're like, oh,
You're like, all right, and then you take your wheelbarrow and take your shovel and
but then
shovel a bit of the money on the counter.
But then the shopkeeper's like, it's 4 million now. You're like, but you said 2 million. Yeah, but you know, inflation. It's
So you start shoveling again, and the shopkeeper's like, you know, just leave the wheelbarrow here.
Yeah, the wheelbarrow is probably worth more than the loaf of bread. Which is literally what happened in Nazi Germany. No, it wasn't actually Nazi Germany. It was.
It's what happened in Venezuela. Some towns just went into barter system.
Yeah, because the actual items are worth more than the currency. And anyway,
bartering these days must be so much fun. It's like, I want a kilo of oranges. I'll give you this USB flash.
Anyway, we're already kind of running late, so maybe bring up one more topic, and then call it a day.
But it's neither.
Do you want? Okay.
Yeah, let me choose. I'm the host.
I'll just start with the freaking media thing.
Okay then.
So there is a little bit of a media circus over here in Slovakia. Dog attack. But it made me realize how much better our media are than the ones in the West. So first, what happened? initial reports was that a pit bull, group of children, and seriously mauled two of them. Like one of them apparently got their throat ripped out.
That
their
sounds
face
delightful.
ripped- That the other one got their face ripped off.
Ah, that's what happens when you are children that's poking a pit bull and the bull is like, stop, you faggot, and
That's the
you...
important part. The original information was simply that the attack happened.
Nah.
Then a security camera feed from a shop recording this incident, and two things came up. First, were gypsies, and second,
Obviously.
the dog was tied up. Were abusing it, like freaking abusing it. Like first they just poked it, and then they start pinching it. A long while they started kicking it, which is the point at which it freaking mauled them. Obviously, now that this information came out, that it's freaking their own fault. The dog is freaking innocent. Now, take into account that the kids were gypsies, and what would happen if this same shit happened in the West?
Well,
Probably the dog would be put through the Nuremberg trials because he's a Nazi.
Just
So
think about what would happen if this should happen in the West, and how the media would probably act.
well,
A Nazi dog commits a racist attack.
I assume they most likely would not even release the security camera feed to the public, for starters.
Yeah. They probably would keep their lid on that because it doesn't fit their narrative.
but what narrative though?
Any of them. They got several.
You know, the whole thing about gypsies abusing dogs, it's kind of a negative gypsy stereotype over here.
Ah, okay.
And here they basically are confirming the said stereotype.
I mean, gypsies in general are confirming negative stereotypes about gypsy. I
Well-
don't be the exceptions, but you know.
To be fair, gypsies don't really seem to be that big of an issue in well, this part of Europe at least. I mean, they are an issue.
No, because they all migrated here before they got stopped by the glorious communism and put into a house, which they didn't exactly know how to live in, but that's another story.
I mean, they disproportionately live in like these trailer parks and whatnot, and but for the most part, they're more of a local nuisance than anything serious. Though there have been instances where there was like one specific case where the police is basically investigating a bunch of people being run over, and all evidence points to this community of gypsies, but they're just not able to find the evidence that it was indeed them. But they had like everything on security camera and everything, but they just couldn't see who it was. The images weren't good enough.
That's because they are colorblind, Artrix.
Except
there was color, see, in those pictures, and they don't see color.
So yeah, that was definitely a thing. And I think the case is unsolved to this day. They just don't.
Let's pretend like we don't talk about gypsies. Imagine it happened in the West and the kids were, for example, black.
Or imagine if it happened here and the gypsies heard you.
Well, that actually I've seen plenty of police reports where they even explicitly state, look, this is a well, in this case they would say it's a black person. They wouldn't shy away from, because it's an accurate descriptor of the perpetrator.
In the America, we really don't like doing that, and that can be helpful in identifying, like you could say as a white person, black person, whatever, you know.
But yeah, you're trying to solve a crime. You need a fist. You know, you have a. If you go all politically correct and try to weasel your way around saying it, then you know.
Yeah, it's like it was a black man. Did you just assume his gender and race?
So that,
Like, well, I think the person that did the crime had at least one eye. That's helpful.
Yeah, it basically boils down to that. You might as well just say, okay.
It was a Homo sapiens.
Yeah, the perpetrator was human.
Did you just assume his species?
So yeah, congratulations. You now reduce the number of suspects to 7 billion.
What if it was in Artrix though? Maybe it was like a cat. Or an owl.
Oh, by the way, some breaking news. You know how they destroyed the Donald Trump star?
Yes.
Yes.
And apparently a street artist now added 30 new Donald Trump stars.
That's good. This morning it was just 20.
So instead of destroying the star, they just created a whole bunch of others.
Yeah, unfortunately the new ones got peeled off too.
Well, yeah, they can't possibly of the high quality as the original one.
Well, the original one is set in stone quite literally. The new ones are just a foil.
Yeah, but you know, it's a thought that counts. And I think, you know, the whole protest thing is kind of silly. I'm pretty sure the one that originally did it thought it was really clever and very deep and ballsy.
Oh. Yes. Deep.
It's like that sure got him, and Donald Trump just sits in his Oval Office just being the president. Okay.
I am a president.
Yeah.
It's a tremendous job.
I'm just presidenting over here.
It's a tremendous job. There are lots of jobs, believe me. This is the best job. It's
yes.
the most important
job. Believe me, I've had a lot of jobs.
Yes. Lots of people from the entire world come to me and say, Donald, you have a very important job. Believe me, it's true.
Well, that certainly is true. It is a pretty important job. All right.
Talking about balls, you remember that lady who stopped a plane because there was a dark person with beard in it?
Yes.
You know, in Borg place.
Yes.
There was a lady, and she was like, "Oh no, this poor brown person who is weak and cannot defend himself is being detained and exported into Pakistan or some other shithole. But it's not a shithole! But if he goes there, he's just gonna die, I know it, but it's not a shithole!" Yes, so she did some miracles and then the plane didn't take off. Well, turns out, at least if Google Translate from Borkish is to be believed, that said bearded person who's not entirely white toned is actually a convicted criminal who whipped his children and smashed his wife's face into the floor. So, you know,
sounds lovely.
Maybe there's something about this detaining and exporting people to be put into justice in their country. Maybe. Well, she then did agree, and all the tolerant Swedish people are very silent and don't mention her anymore. Huh.
She helped him out and then she got beaten up to a bloody pulp. GG.
Well, that's just how the brown people say thank you.
That seems to be the case in this specific case.
In Sweden. Just generally in Sweden, you know. There are no-go zones, but please don't go into that part of the town.
You know, we used to say this about Japan, But yeah, it seems Sweden seems to have taken up that mantle.
Japan is just like, traditional xenophobic. You don't have to write shape of eye slits. You are wrong. You get off this island, do.
Get over this island, do. But then I can say, okay, how about I press this big red button? Would you like that to happen again? I don't think so.
Yeah, also 600 Yemen, Saudi Arabia or whatever it was, keeps bombarding Yemen, and then some few hundred Yemens went to South Korea, and Koreans are like, oh no, they are here to destroy our country, get the fuck out. I think Korea is as important and proud a country as Japan.
And
They have their priorities straight.
Then again, if you are a European, you can score a girl in there because you are exotic.
Yes. Oh, you're so tall. And your eyes are round. That's all I can...
That's very important in a man.
And you can actually grow a beard and chest hair.
Oh, I would definitely know.
Lots of Asians have beards.
That's true. But not as many have, chest hair. Not at least not the
can
kind I have.
Look at this. Can you grow a Fu Manchu?
What now?
Well, that it's a style of facial hair. Just this really long piece of beard.
I probably can.
It's like a handlebar mustache, but it's long.
Oh, I never tried, obviously, but my facial hair definitely keeps growing if I don't do anything about it. So.
Oh no!
It's almost like if you don't shave, you'll grow a beard.
I don't understand how.
I know, these concepts are really, really complicated. Anyway, with that, I'm going to end this episode of Radio Rothingham, episode 112.
Oh, we didn't even talk about new Smash Bros. Characters.
Smash.
Maybe can... I mean, not many are there.
Added there as normal new characters, like not just reskins. There are King K. Rool from Donkey Kong Country is finally made playable. Simon Belmont from Castlevania, which, by the way, means that we now have the full cast of Captain N, the Game Master, within the new Smash Bros.
Seriously, the full cast?
Already have Pit, they have Mega Man, and now they added freaking Simon Belmont.
You mean you mean that giant brain thing?
Brain, that was the villain.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So that doesn't count, the brain.
I think that's brain phobic.
Well, fuck yeah. It's super brain phobic.
And then there are new reskins. There is Dark Samus, which is a reskin of Samus Aran.
Obviously.
Richard Belmont, who is a reskin of Simon Belmont. New character from Fire Emblem is added, but I don't think anyone cares about those.
No, I haven't played a single Fire Emblem. I think Knightley. I think Knightley is tried to get me into playing that game. And like, that sounds utterly boring.
Artrix was like, miss me with the weird shit.
He certainly is very excited about that game. I'm not one of those people. It seems to be one of those weird free-to-play phone games.
One of those people.
No. He's pretty okay. He's pretty chill.
One of those people.
Yeah, he's very chill. If you catch my drift.
No.
The Jamaican type of chill.
Basically, yes. He certainly likes to do that thing where you are super chill.
Getting shut in a fridge, just like those Ben and Jerry immigrants.
No, not that kind of chill.
It's pretty chill.
Also, I don't think he has the money or the inclination to buy Ben and Jerry's ice cream.
Does really anybody have the money to buy it?
Well, when I bought Ben and Jerry's ice cream, I only bought it when it was on discount. Then it was like, okay.
And you still had to take a mortgage.
No, because I don't live in Czechia. I can actually afford that.
Me neither.
Yeah, but you also live in the Czech Republic. And that probably explains why I can't buy it. You probably pay like a metric shit ton of money just to have it transported into your country.
I don't know. I mean, I can buy like 20 other ice creams for that.
Yeah, because they're produced locally in the mountains or whatever, wherever the hell you get.
Yes, just scrape some snow over mountain.
Exactly. That's your ice cream now. Okay. Well, I guess that's all that's to be said about Smash Brothers and new characters. Yeah?
Yes, you scrape some ice out of the mountain.
Yes.
That's how you make Smash.
But yeah, we can always do with more Smash characters, and this new Smash does seem to live up to its name. That's got literally everything.
Except Waluigi.
Except Waluigi of all things.
Bah.
Waluigi is still an assist trophy.
Those don't count. I mean, who the fuck cares about assist trophies? Actually, I barely remember any moment when I actually used the Waluigi assist trophy. I think got like a handful of times where he actually would pop up and assist me. And then it's also to be seen where, well, from what I gather, his assist trophy is actually pretty powerful. Like if you use him properly, you can just KO someone off the stage instantly.
Protect me, Waluigi.
But other than that, yeah, I just want him to be a playable character. Come on, Nintendo.
You just want it.
Yes. With that, like, favorite, subscribe, give me money, and
give me money.
And give
need all your money to buy the ice cream.
And give Xaverius money by proxy. Also, as a slight note, next Friday is probably going to be the last episode before the year the Artrix con. So
implying it's gonna actually happen.
It is going to happen. It's inevitable.
I mean the episode.
So.
No, you.
Well, we're gonna end the episode on that note.
Yes. Have you tried ending it?
No, you.
No, you.